So we need to move over here. Ooh, all right, let's see if we're gonna be super rude or what. But right now we're actually driving on the wrong side of the road. Oh, that was parked there though. So this is actually correct. It knows more than me. This video is brought to you by Joa, maker of premium Tesla and vehicle accessories. Claim your discount by using the link in the description below. Man, look at that little crosswalk graphic. That looks really cool. What is going on, everybody? Chris here. Welcome back to another full self-driving video. We are on 12.5.1, and these updates are coming frequently now. They are coming really quick, and Elon even confirmed on X that we should see quick, rapid succession of updates coming out now with 12.5. Now, 12.5.1 is going wide, although as of the recording of this right now, it's still only going to hardware 4. Elon said it should be, I think he said another 10 days or something. He's been saying a lot of things, so I might be mixing that up, but I'll put it up on the screen if I can find it. Hardware 3 is coming soon. I would expect just a few days, not very long. And a lot of people are freaking out. They're like, oh my gosh, hardware 3 is dead. This is it. We're going to be left behind. I really don't think so. And you never know, this optimization that they need to do for hardware 3 on 12.5, maybe once they optimize whatever parameters they've added, it's then optimized for future releases. So we'll go back to getting it at the same time. They don't have to optimize like every single time, but only time will tell on that. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they'll do everything they can, but I won't forget you hardware 3 people. I was once hardware 3 myself, but I will definitely be beating the drum of making sure that that continues to get updated for people, at least as much as I have the power and ability to. So this is really my first kind of test drive on 12.5.1. I did drive it a bit this morning. I did get new tires, so you might hear my tires, my wheels moving around in the back a little bit. Sorry about that. And I, of course, took it to work this morning, and I took it to this destination where I'm now testing. And holy moly, is this stuff friggin' smooth and accurate and like good. I mean, it's good. Now, I don't believe I've had a well, I guess my drive to the tire store this morning was zero disengagement, zero intervention. But for the most part, I'm still doing a lot of accelerator pressing for sure because the car likes to go below the speed limit, and I'm still doing some takeovers here and there for various things. But for the most part, like safety disengagements are basically zero. The car's been really impressive. But here we're downtown Ann Arbor in a congested, tight area to make it difficult for the car. I'm trying to find hard stuff. I'm trying to make it mess up, and we'll see how it does. We won't get a lot of miles here, but we will get a lot of interactions with pedestrians and cyclists and other vehicles. And something that really struck me this weekend, I got a nice little quote. So I was at the X Takeover, which was a lot of fun, really cool. Hopefully, if I met you there, that was great. Hello again. Met a lot of people there. But Bradford, if you don't know Bradford from Rebellionaire, so here's, oh no. See, I was like, oh, we're messing up because we're missing that left turn, but this is the left turn. Which this left turn we're about to do actually has been a problem in the past. So Bradford from Rebellionaire, we were on stage and we're talking about FSD and all this stuff, and he said FSD doesn't drive like a local, it drives like a chauffeur. And the first part of that, FSD does not drive like a local, is like was pretty impactful for me because it's something I've talked about a lot. So continue through here, a little slow there, but no big deal. We didn't get in anyone's way. And technically illegal lane change there, I think. Let me edit this. I have a few really quick changes here because I'm trying to get tough stuff. I've talked a lot about how a lot of the things that I complain about and what other people will complain about, especially when they're new to FSD, is really a lot of personal preference and a lot of like the way things are done locally versus the car actually doing something wrong. So, let's say we're driving in a 35 and the car's going 33. That's not illegal. There's nothing technically wrong with that. Now, a local might be like, what the heck, get out of my way. Everyone drives 40 here. Wow, that guy just like slapped that car over there. That was pretty funny. Is this the way we're supposed to go for this? So a local, might say like, why are you going so slow? But it's not wrong. It's not technically wrong. It's just different, than what I would do. And there's so many examples of that. Okay, yeah, so it messed itself up. Let's let it correct here. Oh, we got bubbles, new edge case. Wow, really congested here, moving around this FedEx truck. Very nice. And yeah, so I kind of want to point a lot of that out in this video today because a lot of things, I'll say something that I feel like the car could have done better or done differently. And then a lot of comments will both agree with me or for the most part, they'll disagree with me. Because if you agree with what I say, you probably just, nod your head. You're not going to comment about it. But if you disagree with what I say, you're going to actually, I think this, whatever. So we'll see a lot of that in this video because FSD does that quite a bit where it does things that like a local would never do and doesn't really fit in with the way people drive, but it's safe. It's not technically wrong. It's all legal and everything. You know, much like the stop signs. Like nobody makes complete stops at stop signs. It's illegal, and even here, if a cop's behind me and I roll a stop sign, I'm definitely getting pulled over, and I'll most likely get a ticket. But like nobody actually stops at stop signs. This is just not the way people drive. So, all right, let's let it correct itself here. Yeah, we're good. So all this, again, it's just feeling really good. We're just making it through here and not having to interact so much with the car at all. And I'm using the hands-free so I can see my eyes pretty good. It's not nagging me too much, which is good. All right, so back to this one. Again, in the past, it actually has messed up this left turn. You could hear the brake there releasing. So we'll get our 0, and then hopefully we just launch away from this. Yeah, really, I mean, that time was much more smooth than the first go through there. That's technically an illegal lane change I did there. I moved off to the right, but not that big of a deal. And then, again, so here's the blinking yellow. It was trying to stop at this one in 12.4, and we're gliding through there, so thank you so much for not stopping at blinking yellows. I personally don't even think you should slow down most of the time. That's something people argue with me about in the comments that I like. All right, so we should go straight through here. If it makes this left turn and messes it up again, I'm just going to change the route and move on. Which it's hard to tell from here because we need to go through this intersection and then turn left. So we're waiting back here. We're not blocking the intersection. That is excellent. And now you can move through now that it's got the green. And it did correct itself here. So last time it actually made a mistake there and turned left too early. And this time it has corrected itself to move through the intersection. It didn't block the intersection, which was beautiful. It actually used to do that in the past. FSD would just move slowly through an intersection, sometimes get caught there when the light would turn yellow or red and kind of block traffic or potentially block traffic if you didn't take over. And blam, so very nice, gentle left turn here. We need to keep going left. It's like almost a U-turn. And that's it. So we did make it here. Wow, very interesting that it messed it up the first go around and then no changes from me, no inputs from me, and it did it correctly. It's kind of like, oh, whoops, that was the wrong street. Let me take the correct street this time. So I'll put our new destination there. Make our complete stop. And yeah, wow, there's a lot of traffic here in both directions. So it's definitely our turn. And yes, we're being very assertive. We're not letting this person to our left take our turn. Awesome. We're getting all the way around there, nice and gentle. Great. Now this intersection before, when the FSD got its green, it actually cut someone off. It didn't yield. Of course, we don't have a green arrow, so we have to yield to the people across from us. We'll see if we yield this time or if we cut them off again, because that was one of the biggest mistakes it's made in a long time, and I'm pretty sure that was in 12.4. All right, so we got our green, and that person's not going, but we did yield for them. We also had pedestrians in the crosswalk, so that may have helped. But we're continuing to yield here. You can tell the car is like ready to go, though. It's like, all right, if you guys aren't taking your turn, I'm taking it. Which is, I mean, in this kind of downtown type of city driving, you need to do. So, yeah, you could potentially cut this guy up. No, you can't. I'm blabbing. So we'll keep waiting. And that guy waits for his yellow and we move right through. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, that could not have been better. That was so freaking awesome. That was so freaking awesome. All right. And then we'll wait for these pedestrians, of course. We get the little drink shake at us to acknowledge us. Yes, look at the cars. Don't just walk in front of me. What if I'm texting? What if I'm not in a self-driving Tesla and I run you over? Don't assume just because you have a right of way, someone isn't going to run you over. And then back to this. So this is something the car, again, would mess up, I mean, well over a year. I cannot believe this construction is still happening here. I love it for the testing, but it's just insane. So well over a year, all of version 11, it could not get through here. And now we are. So there is a car kind of behind us to the left, but they let us in. Perfect. I mean, perfectly handled. And that's another one of those situations. I keep bringing up the thing in the news where it was like, oh, Tesla's making it good for influencers. That's not how you park there. I would have stuff like that was broken for well over a year. So Tesla obviously wasn't fixing that kind of stuff for me. Good luck fixing that. FSD is like, I'm out of here. That's awesome. Very, very nice. Nice little left turn here. Shouldn't be a big deal. I don't see any pedestrians or anything. Again, holy moly, the way it slows, the way it turns, the way it speeds back up cannot get any better. Oh, my worst enemy, a cop. So it does make me, Are they parked there? I can't tell, but FSD's like, yeah, forget that guy. I'm going around him. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's nobody in that cop car. Oh, you're in the wrong lane. You made the mistake. You haven't made this mistake in so long. So let's see if FSD follows this left lane and reroutes itself, or if it illegally goes straight here. Oh, that was parked there, though. So this is actually correct. It knows more than me. What is happening? So if it goes straight, I'm fine with that. Yeah, it didn't have a choice. Holy crap, that was awesome. What is happening? Okay, wow, that's great. So seeing that cop there makes me think of like one other big topic that I kind of need your help with and that I think we need to continue to pay attention to. Oh, I want to end this. No, get it out of there in time. Go straight, please. Change the route. Yeah, it did. It changed it. No, don't turn left. Yeah, oh, don't do it. Oh, don't do it. Nice. Awesome. Cool R1S over there. So a topic that I kind of need your help with, we need to pay attention to, is things that FSD still cannot do. And there's several of them. The big ones for me are, number one, emergency vehicles. It doesn't, at least as of the information we have, it doesn't know what a cop car is or what to do when the sirens are on or an ambulance or whatever. School buses, it doesn't know the stop signs for the school buses, and it will mostly stop behind them, but it can try to pass them, which you definitely don't want. I think that's a lightning up there, maybe. And then, what was the other one? Oh, reading signs in general. It doesn't seem to be able to read, like, in general, it doesn't seem to be able to read signs. So, like, do not enter and stuff like that, or detour signs. Like, you think if they're doing this generalized AI stuff and just feeding it video and then it learns, like, that would be part of those videos? I don't know, like, the humans select it, so you think they'd put it in there. But these are the things we need to look out for. And please comment below other things that you know for a fact FSD just isn't really capable of, that it will need for generalized autonomy. Of course, also going in reverse. That should be coming really soon. And it does seem like the car wants to go in reverse sometimes if it gets stuck or whatever. It just physically doesn't have that ability yet. So those types of things we really need to be on the lookout for. So that intersection is usually really busy, but that time it was super easy. And of course, the car handled it just fine. No, nice slowing for this pedestrian. A little dramatic. We don't need quite that much, but nobody's behind us. And again, the slowing was so gradual and it's erring on the side of caution. I'm not complaining about that move in the slightest. There's literally a human walking towards the front of your car. Go ahead and slow down or even stop. We're in a downtown area. I don't think that's the craziest thing to do. So we need to move over here. Ooh, all right. Let's see if we're going to be super rude or what. So we are slowing. And we're getting over. So it sees that ahead of time. Plenty of space to make that move. Wow. That was great. It seemed to really perceive that ahead of time. We'll see if this construction messes it up at all. Again, if I skip any of it, the full drive is in an unlisted link below. So don't think anything bad that happens, I want that in the video. So if I skip stuff, it just means it was boring. But this I'll leave in. Why not? Just to be sure we get all these cones in. Man, we really should try to go the other way. I may take over here in a second just to force us onto that. Let me see the route it's going to take. Yeah, I would love to have to go through those cones, so I may force that drive and see if it'll be able to do that. Okay, so we're about at our destination here. Let me take over and force us to go on that street. All right, so I got a new destination in for us, and this will force us to take the left here and go through that construction. And I already saw the person at the front of this line. I don't know why she's not going yet, but so that car that's going right now, she missed a whole light cycle on her own, like as a human. So this will be a tough left turn to get through here. And then we have a lot of that construction to get through as well. So again, see this light cycle, we're just not going to make it. All right, so we got our green. We're moving up. Perfect. Yes, we got to get in the intersection here. So hopefully, even if, I mean, you can see all the cars there. We're just not going to be able to go before the light basically turns yellow or red. And hopefully what we'll see, even if there's aggressive humans here that are going through red, the car will take the first opportunity after the screen. Oh, go do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Do it. Okay, cool. A little delayed. I would like to see that a little sooner, but we didn't get stuck at the red like I was scared of, so it could have been worse. But Yeah, we made it through, and now we're in this construction, and FSD is basically going to have to drive on the wrong side of the street and follow the cones. So this is something that, you know, again, I've talked about before. To a human, it's kind of obvious. Like, you just follow the cones. Maybe at first you're kind of like, oh, where am I going? But especially with lead cars, it should be easy, and with the cones. But right now, we're actually driving on the wrong side of the road. So in older versions, FSD would do this, but it would constantly be doing this, trying to get back over. And you can see here, we're just chilling. I mean, we are just perfectly following this. Nice. It was a short amount of those cones, but I mean, what more do you want? It handled all of that perfectly. So beautiful. You love to see that. So we got our 0, and we are just gonna, oh, I guess we're gonna go to 0 again at the stop sign. Oh, and there's a person there. Okay, I mean, that's fine. So that's like definitely different than I would have done. I would have just slowly rolled that whole thing. Again, I'm not saying the car's wrong or I'm right or whatever. I'm just, those are the differences. You know, I would have slowly rolled that whole thing. I wouldn't have stopped. Let's be honest, I probably wouldn't even made it to 0 once. I just would have slowly rolled all the way through there. All right, so we got here the same time as that other Model 3. And wow, look at that. Look at that. Now that was good. That was really nice. It's up for debate who you think should have went first or whatever, but it worked perfectly. Were they on FSD also? I'd guess not. It looked like they rolled the stop sign to me, but wow, that interaction was just perfect. All right, and then another 4-way stop, and we'll check this one out. No one's here, so watch this. We get to 0, and then we go. The delay is severely reduced in all the 12.5s versus older versions, which just makes everything feel so much better. It makes the people around you better. But again, like kind of I was talking about earlier, nobody around here is making complete stops. They should. Maybe like 1% of people are or something. But especially if you just watch, like as you're watching my video, look at the other drivers and how they interact with stop signs and stuff. They just don't go to 0. I've been haunted in this city multiple times while using FSD because we went to 0. And what usually happens is they'll be behind me for several stop signs, and then by the 3rd or 4th stop sign, once I get to 0, they honk because they're like, why is this guy going so slow? There's no one around. And it's like, well, we're just following the law. That's what you're supposed to do. All right, we got this green. We got a couple of people crossing, so we're waiting for them. Perfectly beautiful. And we're off to our last destination. And so like that left turn there, I'm not sure I've ever done that exact left turn on FSD. And so this final destination, we've gone here several times, but I'm not sure I've ever come from this direction. I've been on this road definitely going this direction, but I'm not sure I've taken this exact route to where we're going. So it'll be new and different, or at least not common. It's not something that could be like prepped for anyway. So again, really nice gentle stop here. Using a lot of regen. Awesome. All right, so we got a left here. They are also turning left. Let's see if FSD just glides through here. So it's being cautious, but yeah, I mean, that's handled perfectly also because, again, you never know. What if he, like, changes his mind last second and starts going straight? I don't know, like, law-wise what that would be, because technically if he's going straight, he gets right away, but if he stops to turn and then changes his mind, maybe, you know, things are different. But the car is just always cautious in the right circumstances, which, again, to, like, a person, I would have just rolled through there. I would have quickly went, I'm like, he's turning left, who cares? I wouldn't even thought about it. But the car definitely makes the right decisions for what it is, for being like, you know, robo-taxi status and needing to be extra careful and everything. So we'll do these 3 stop signs here in a row. See how it does? So lots of closed roads here. I'm not sure what's up with that, but the car is navigating everything appropriately. Wow, I wonder if the next one's going to be closed too. Let's see. I don't know. We'll see. So complete stop. Wait for that. Boom. I don't know what's up with my efficiency. That's crazy. These new tires, I mean, when you get brand new tires, of course, they're extra sticky because they're so brand new. But, I mean, that's ridiculous. My drive to work this morning, the efficiency seemed pretty on par with what I was getting before. Just a tiny bit worse. But I was also going like 80 miles an hour. So, you know, I didn't expect great efficiency doing that. So this road's not closed, but it says road closed ahead. I don't know. It's doing everything perfectly so far. So I have nothing to really complain about. All right, so we're ready for this stop. I mean, we definitely got there before the guy to the left, but not the guy to the right. So yeah, that was appropriate. That was great. Awesome. I mean, there's nothing to say, man. It's just driving. We're just chilling. We're just driving around. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Whoa, bus pedestrian interaction there. Oh, a little late on that stop sign. I definitely would say that one caught it off guard. Also me, I didn't know it was there. It was hidden behind some, I don't know, a tree or something. And kind of at the same time I saw it, the car then kind of started to slow down. So that was pretty interesting. And then blinking red. So this is another thing that was kind of crap on 12.4 versions. And it's too much. I can't remember if it was 12.5 as well. But it would stop at a blinking red and then never go again. That's the problem I was having. So let's see. So we stop and we go. So that problem seems to be gone. So you know what, y'all? Get this out of here. I'll just let this thing wiggle around and do whatever it wants. I don't know what to tell you guys. This is great. So that's 5 miles in a busy, moderately busy downtown cramped scenario with 0 interventions, 0 disengagements. I did nothing the whole time. I have a couple other older drives recorded that maybe I'll put up just so I can include the stats, you know, but excellent work to Tesla and everybody. And yeah, let me know your suggestions down below. I have some ideas for some different challenges I want to try now that it's getting better and better. I have some things I really want to push it and see if we can make it mess up more complicated tasks. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one, and you will see me in FSD in the next video. I'm going to go straight.